Hi guys, welcome back to Jay's Kitchen. So this morning I'm going to be making a little bit of a heavy breakfast. So I'm going to be making a one pan breakfast skillet. So it's really easy. You just need one pan to make this and a few ingredients, which you can always add in whichever ingredients that you want. So I'm going to be adding a few stuff plus a little bit of veggie into my breakfast skillet. So let's see what the ingredients we need to make this one pan breakfast skillet. So for starters, I have eggs, 4 eggs here. I'm going to be doing scrambled egg style, but if you want to do it as a fried egg style, it's totally up to you. So since I'm doing it scrambled egg style, I'm going to break the egg and beat it up before I add it into the pan. And I'm going to put in some cheese. Here I'm using double cheddar, and you can even use mozzarella if you have. And I'm going to be adding in some veggie. I've got some leftover spinach and some cherry tomatoes, which I'm not going to waste. I'm just going to cut them off and then add it into my breakfast skillet. And I'm using chicken wieners here, chicken sausages. You can even use bacon if you want to, but I'm going to be using a chicken sausage, and also not forgetting potatoes. So I've got 2 small potatoes which I'm going to be cutting into chunks, small chunks, so it's easy to cook fast. And then of course I have my seasoning, which is salt, pepper and garlic powder. So let me prep the ingredients and then we can start cooking. So I've already prepped my ingredients. As you see here, I have my sliced sausages. I've used about 5 sausages because sausage is a big favorite at home. And then I've got my potatoes soaked in water here. And as you can see, my potatoes, I've cubed it so it cooks faster. I've got my eggs, so I'm going to beat it later and then pour it into the pan. And I've sliced my cherry tomatoes, cubed it, and also sliced my spinach. And I have my seasoning and also my cheese. So let's start cooking. So I have my pan all heated up. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be adding in some olive oil. You can even use whatever oil that you prefer. So I'm going to pour in a little bit of olive oil here. Give it a swirl. And I'm going to be adding in my potatoes. So let's add in the potatoes. So we're going to cook the potatoes till they turn slightly brown. Give it a couple minutes, and you have to keep sauteing it in the oil. So as you can see, it's almost getting brown here and a bit crispy. So if you guys like to add in onions and garlic, you can always do so in the beginning of the stage before putting in the potatoes. But for me, I kind of like to omit the onions and garlic. So especially for this dish, I kind of prefer to leave it as it is. So probably a little bit more, and then we can add in the next ingredients. So the potatoes are already cooked. So when you actually use a knife and slice them, it goes in. So even though it's half cooked, it should be okay. And then what we can do now is we can add in the sausages. And then we're going to give it a fry again. Saute it a little bit till sausages are cooked. So if you want to add in a little bit of extra olive oil, you can always do so. But for me, I don't need to because I added in a little bit extra in the beginning. So I'm just going to give it another stir fry for a couple of minutes till you see the sausages are cooked and they've kind of like ballooned a little bit up. So just keep mixing it for a couple of minutes. So after about 5 to 6 minutes, you can see the sausages are cooked. See here, it's really nice and brown. So let's add in our veggies here. So just add it in together and just give it a nice mix. So you don't have to cook the veggies too long because veggies will cook very fast. So just mix it and get it to, well combined with the sausage and potatoes. Okay, and then level it. So it's all level and you've got everything there. And at this point, we're going to be adding the eggs. So as you see, I've added the eggs. So let's, before adding the eggs, we'll add in the salt and pepper. You can add it towards the end too, no problem. But I kind of like to prefer to add in before adding the eggs. So some salt, some pepper, and then some garlic powder. Too much. And then give it a mix again. Get the seasoning to well combine. Okay, at this point then you can level them. Okay, make sure you got everything leveled up and all that. And then put the heat on medium, and then I have my eggs. So just make sure you got all the eggs everywhere. Cover the whole mixture. You don't want to leave out any sides. So since the pan is on, the heat is on medium, so we're going to allow this to cook and set at the top before we add in the cheese. So let's just let it cook and the top to set a little bit before we put in the cheese. So once you see the egg already set a little bit, as you can see here, so let's add in the cheese and then cook it a little while longer. So you don't want to put the heat on too high, just in case it will definitely burn at the bottom. So just make sure that you scramble in, put in some of this cheddar or mozzarella if you have. So okay, and just allow it for a couple minutes more to cook in the heat before we actually scramble it. So after a couple minutes, let's scramble our ingredients. It's okay if the cheese hasn't fully melted, because whatever it is, once you scramble them, and then it will start melting in the heat, so for sure. So let's just push it and then scramble them. Yummy, it looks so good. So just continue cooking this on medium heat. If you like to add in more cheese, it's fine, but for me I prefer this much, because too much of cheese will be too much of a taste. So allow it to cook a little bit more. Okay, so I'm going to leave it like this, and I'm going to switch off the heat and allow the ingredients to cook on the heat itself that's on the stove. So yeah, our one pan breakfast skillet is done. So this is my one pan breakfast skillet. So can you hear the sizzling sound it made? It's still making it, so it's really tasty and delicious, and you can always substitute whatever ingredients that you would like to change. Please do try it. Kids will love it, adults will love it for sure, and drop me a comment, let me know how it turns out. Thank you so much for watching my video on how I made a one pan breakfast skillet. So it's really tasty, it's a really good breakfast meal. You can even have it for dinner, it doesn't matter. It's really tasty any time of the meal that you're having it. So if you like my video, please give me a thumbs up, like it, please share it on your social media and among your friends, and don't forget, if you're new to my channel, please click the subscribe button that's below this video, and don't forget the notification bell, so you'll always receive an email notification whenever a new video is uploaded on my YouTube channel, Hummingbird Mama. So till I see you in my next cooking video, take care and have a pleasant day.